Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel English for All. Today is the third lesson in the series of useful expressions in everyday conversation. The purpose of these expressions is to provide you the opportunity to understand them and then practice them in your speaking and writing. These expressions will also help you in developing your reading skill by improving your understanding of the text. In today's lesson, we will talk about a few more idiomatic expressions, and at the end, there is a short quiz which will help you to assess your understanding of these expressions. In the first part of this lesson, you will listen to a conversation between two friends who have met after a long time. As you listen to this conversation, pay close attention to the idiomatic expressions which they are using. Before we listen to this conversation, please make sure to subscribe this channel if you have not done and press the bell icon to receive any notifications about the upcoming lessons. Let's listen to this conversation.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm all good. What about you? It seems ages since we last met.
I'm also fine. I had been busy in my business.
I didn't get a wind of you after we left the college.
You know, after we graduated, I had embarked on my career as a businessman.
Oh really? That sounds great. I remember in the college also, you were always ahead of the pack.
I had established a small company and I had to go the extra mile to make it a success.
So how is your business? Would you like to spill the beans?
You know, I always have a game plan for everything, and soon my company got off the ground and became successful.
Absolutely true. I still remember that during the final projects, you used to get down to business without wasting any time.
Being in the leading position, it's really important to ensure that no project goes down the drain, whether you have to go the extra mile.
Colin, I agree with you. Being in the driver's seat, you have to keep your eye on the ball.
You know, I never put the cart before the horse, and soon my business was in full swing and many bigwigs had invested in my company.
Wow, that means you have become now a top-notch in your business.
That's right. It was good talking to you after such a long time.
Certainly it was. See you later.
See you later.
As you have listened to the conversation, you will have noticed that the following idioms have been used. Here you can find whole conversation. I would advise you to pause the video and read the next in detail. Now let's look at the first idiom, which is to embark on. This idiom means to begin a journey from one place to another. For example, from Paris, they embarked on their journey to London to visit their aunt. This idiom also suggests beginning a journey of your professional career. For example, when you have finished your education and you are going to start a job, you can say, after graduation in the management sciences, he hopes to embark on his career as a manager. Our next idiom is to be ahead of the pack. This idiom means to be more successful in your career or in your place than your colleagues. For example, it was David's untiring efforts which made him ahead of the pack as compared to his colleagues. The next idiom is to get the extra mile, which means to make a special effort to achieve something. For example, his commitment towards his profession makes him go the extra mile and complete his projects before the due dates. Another example could be the company was looking for a manager who would go the extra mile for its growth. That means for the growth of the company. The next idiom is quite simple and common, that is game plan, which means a proper plan or strategy for doing something. For example, you must always have a game plan before you invest in any project, or we can't win the final without a game plan. Moving on to the next idiom, you will find To get something off the ground, that means to start something successfully, which could be a business or a project. The example is, it was his dedication that despite a tough competition, he made his company get off the ground in a short span of time. The next expression in the list is to get down to business, which means to begin doing something seriously or with dedication. For example, as soon as James won the new project, he got down to business and completed it long before his competitors. Our next idiom is to go down the drain. That means to get something wasted or spoiled, like your investment or your efforts. It was his dream project and he couldn't let it go down the drain, so he put in all his efforts and made it a success. The next expression is to be in the driver's seat, which means to control or lead something. For example, in a company, it requires certain management skills to be in the driver's seat. Otherwise, it might cause leadership failure. Our next idiom is to keep one's eye on the ball, which suggests to give your full attention to something. You must concentrate on this project. If you don't keep your eye on the ball, you might not succeed. This is quite important in our life. The next idiom is to put the cart before the horse, which means to do or plan something in the wrong order. Just like you can't put the cart before the horse. You must follow the proper sequence or order. Before planning any project, there should be an investor who can support the project. You can't put the cart before the horse. Our next idiom is in full swing, which means to be at the highest level of activity or to be at the highest point. His plans were so wisely and carefully followed up that soon the business was in full swing. The next idiom is the bigwigs. This refers to the important people in an organization or a community. A number of bigwigs have expressed their keen interest in investing in his company due to its increasing growth. And the last expression is top-notch, that refers to being of top quality in a particular area. He had established a small company a few years ago, but now it's a top-notch industry, just because of his dedication. That is the end of explanation. If you didn't understand any idiom, you might go back to that part of the video and clear any doubts, because the next part is the quiz. Here is your quiz for today. You might write your answers in the comment section and I will get back to you. Thank you for attending this lesson. Please post your questions in the comment section. See you in the next lesson. Take care.